Copy, we see it. Fantastic video.
Pilot Ken Ham now playing back a video that was recorded on digital television yesterday, a replay of the ceremonial words from Aki Hoshide to the Japanese flight control team at the Space Station Integration and Promotion Center in Tsukuba, Japan, as he and the rest of the shuttle station crew prepared to open the hatch for the first time to the Kibo module. This occurred at 4 o'clock Central Time yesterday afternoon. Looking inside the brand new module, 37.5 feet long, an enormous volume inside Kibo, which now is equipped with a robotics rack for the operation of the Japanese robotic arm beginning on Saturday. Other racks will be moved over from the International Space Station Japanese logistics module into the Kibo during the course of the spacewalk today. That will include racks that govern the operation of the electrical power system for Kibo and the data management system, basically the computer system that governs the operation of Kibo systems. That video again being replayed, that was captured yesterday, showing the words that Hoshide offered to the Japanese flight control team and other flight controllers associated with International Space Station operations and the opening of the hatch to Kibo. Getting back to the spacewalk at hand today, the last activity on tap for Fossum and Garin will be to retrieve a faltering camera system that is housed on the port truss of the International Space Station. It is at what is known as camera port number 9. They will unbolt the stanchion and remove the camera, that camera to be brought inside, and it will undergo some refurbishment to its power system before it is returned and reactivated at the Port 1 truss during the final spacewalk of the mission on Sunday. So a variety of activities to further outfit the exterior of Kibo today with its own television camera equipment, as well as the preparation for tomorrow's relocation of the Japanese logistics module to the Zenith berthing port on the Kibo module. That activity on tap for tomorrow. All the preparatory activities will be part of today's spacewalk by Mike Fossum and Ron Garin. Again, you're watching a video replay of the opening of the hatch to the Kibo module. The hatch actually swung open yesterday at 4:05 p.m. Central Time. The crew downlinking some high-resolution digital television that was captured yesterday. This all taking place while in real time spacewalking preparations are well underway on board the shuttle station complex as Mike Fossum and Ron Garan are out of the Quest airlock for the moment, having spent the night in Quest at a reduced pressure after beginning a pre-breathe protocol to expel any nitrogen bubbles from their bloodstreams and prevent any condition known as the bends from developing when they step out into the vacuum of space later this morning. You can see in this video as you look down the length of the mammoth Kibo laboratory that circular hatch is actually the airlock hatch for Kibo. It is not used for spacewalking purposes, but rather there is a slide table inside that airlock which mechanically extends out into the vacuum of space to enable payloads to be delivered to what will be ultimately the exposed facility, the front porch of Kibo, if you will, in which a variety of different experiment packages will be mounted. It also enables the Japanese robotic arm, which will have its thermal covers and insulation removed today during the spacewalk by Mike Fossum and Ron Garan. It enables the Japanese robotic arm, once operational, to reach out and return payloads to that slide table to be brought back into the airlock for disposition back inside the International Space Station. You can see flanking Karen Nyberg in this view the two windows at the forward end of Kibo. Those windows, of course, will be used by the crew working inside the module for situational awareness as they look out the front side of Kibo to look out onto the exposed facility and the operation of the robotic arm. Nyberg and Hoshide will be operating the arm for the first time on Saturday, activating its systems and checking out the initial testing of that 33-foot-long robotic arm from the robotic workstation rack that was moved into the Kibo module as the first rack transferred yesterday from the Japanese logistics module into the new scientific laboratory. Once again, other racks will be moved from the logistics module into Kibo today, including a rack that operates the electrical power system for Kibo, the data management system, and late in the day today there will be two science facilities that will be moved from the logistics module into the science lab. One of them is called SIBO. That is a biological cell facility, and the other is Ryutai, which is a materials science facility and fluid science facility. Hoshide also will be setting up all of the various equipment on the robotics console that he and Nyberg will be using to operate the arm in its initial checkout and deployment. They'll be checking out all of the various joints of the six-jointed robotic arm, as well as the brakes over the next few days, beginning on Saturday. Again, you're watching video recorded yesterday afternoon at the time of the opening of the hatch to Kibo for the first time. Hoshide and Nyberg wore masks and goggles for the first couple of minutes inside Kibo, as the flight rules call for, to ensure that no particulate matter that might still be inside the module would pose a problem for their eyes or their breathing. It was noted by Commander Mark Kelly, that you see in the lower right-hand portion of your screen, that the module was absolutely pristine and not any particulate whatsoever, as the new module was open for business. And at 4:09 p.m. Central Time yesterday, in they went. The television camera inside Kibo on the forward bulkhead there, in between the two windows and right above the airlock hatch, captured Hoshide holding up greeting signs as he and Nyberg were first in to inaugurate the brand new module and the new addition to the International Space Station, 37.5 feet long, 14.5 feet wide, 16 tons of scientific laboratory. And with the atmosphere deemed pristine inside Kibo, off went the goggles and masks, and the rest of the crew moved in. A few minutes of synchronized space flight as the crew acclimated themselves in the spacious and cavernous, for the moment at least, environment of Kibo. That laboratory will be filled with technical equipment and scientific racks before long.
Airlock Houston on the big loop. For hygiene break, we've got the hygiene break clock is past 40 minutes, and you are a go to press with step 21. We'd suggest that you move the camcorder into the equipment lock. That way it can stay on when the hatch is closed.
Copy. We'll put step 21 in work here shortly.
Again, you're watching a video replay from Discovery's astronauts of the initial moments that the crew enjoyed inside the new Kibo Science Laboratory yesterday. This downlink occurring as Mike Fossum and Ron Garan are in the early stages of spacewalk preparations for today's second excursion.
Discovery Houston on 2 for Ken. We are starting to lose KU. Please hit pause. Next KU is at 1522 until 1556. And Ken, we are. Thank you.
Copy, 26.5, good number.
And the resumption of a replay of television recorded yesterday after the crew first entered inside the pristine Kibo laboratory. This occurred just after 4 p.m. Central Time yesterday, and Discovery's astronauts downlinking some digital television once again of the activities that occurred yesterday.
And Nick, I'm going to run this for about another 5 minutes, and then I'll put in a video of yesterday's stock dump.
Sounds good, Ken.
And Houston, if you concur, we'll get them off the masks.
Mark, we concur.
Copy.
Commander Mark Kelly, working with Fossum and Garan inside the Quest airlock, now will terminate the pre-breathe of pure oxygen for the moment. That part of the spacewalk preparations designed to cleanse the nitrogen bubbles out of the bloodstreams of the spacewalkers and prevent any condition known as the bends from developing once they step out into the vacuum of space clad in their extravehicular mobility units. Once Fossum and Garan install the 2 television cameras at the forward end of the Kibo module that will flank the Japanese robotic arm, they will move to the top of Kibo around the common berthing mechanism, essentially the berthing port on top of Kibo. That will be the home for the relocation of the circular turret-like Japanese logistics module that is currently housed on top of Harmony in its temporary parking place. The logistics module that was delivered aboard Endeavour on the STS-123 mission in March. Once again watching Garrett Reisman yesterday after the Kibo was open for business. The relocation of the Japanese logistics module to the top side of Kibo tomorrow will occur late in the day after a number of activities are conducted to depressurize the vestibule between the Japanese logistics module and Harmony. and to prepare other equipment associated with that relocation.
Right, Ken, we're really enjoying it.
The relocation of that logistics module on top of Kibo will be conducted by Greg Shamatov and Karen Nyberg. Other work will be ongoing in concert with the relocation as far as the outfitting of Kibo internally. Fossum and Garin will be removing a thermal protection cover over that berthing port on the top of Kibo today during the spacewalk. Also will release launch restraints holding a micrometeoroid orbital debris shield in place that protected the common berthing mechanism and kept it pristine during its launch and the time it's been on orbit so far. They will conduct a thorough inspection of the common berthing mechanism, making sure that its sealing surface is clean and ready to accept the logistics module tomorrow during the relocation activity. They'll also spend a few minutes tucking down some thermal insulation cover material that surrounds the common berthing mechanism that is sticking up a bit to make sure that there's no interference during the time that the logistics module is precisely aligned for its berthing and bolting on top of Kibo tomorrow.